India's instant mobile payment system called the Unified Payments Interface has been launched in Mauritius and Sri Lanka. Mauritius has also introduced India's RuPay debit and credit cards. The Prime Ministers of India and Mauritius and President of Sri Lanka jointly launched the service via video conference on Monday. UPI settlement services for Indian nationals now becomes available in Sri Lanka and Mauritius, as well as for Mauritian nationals travelling to India. Furthermore, the extension of the RuPay card services in Mauritius will enable Mauritian banks to issue the cards based on RuPay mechanism in Mauritius and permit settlements in India and Mauritius. Given India's robust cultural and people-to-people linkages with Sri Lanka and Mauritius, the launch of this service will benefit a wide cross-section of people through a faster and seamless digital transaction experience and enhance digital connectivity between the countries. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi said on the occasion that it was a special day for three friendly countries in the Indian Ocean region because they were enhancing their historic relations in a modern digital way.
मुझे खुशी है कि एशिया में नेपाल, भूटान, सिंगापुर और गल्फ में यूएई के बाद अब मॉरिशस से रुपे कार्ड की अफ्रीका में शुरुआत हो रही है। इससे मॉरिशस से भारत आने वाले लोगों को भी सुविधा होगी, हार्ड करेंसी खरीदने की जरूरत भी कम होगी। यूपीआई और रुपे कार्ड व्यवस्था से हमारी अपनी करेंसी में रियल टाइम कम खर्च पर और सुविधाजनक तरीके से भुगतान होगा। आने वाले समय में हम क्रॉस बॉर्डर रेमिटेंस यानी पर्सन टू पर्सन P2P पेमेंट फैसिलिटी की तरफ बढ़ सकते हैं। एक्सेलेंसी, आज का यह लॉन्च ग्लोबल साउथ सहयोग की सफलता का प्रतीक है।
The Prime Minister of Mauritius, Pravind Jugnauth, acknowledged the historic launch of the Unified Payments Interface in his country.
Provide value-added services, thus allowing banks to collaborate with providers of emerging technologies. Changing customer behavior and growing demand for digital products alongside with rapidly evolving technology are driving a shift to digital payments. The bank has transformed the domestic payment landscape into an enabling environment for new operators, new services, and new products. Leveraging on its payment ecosystem, the Bank of Mauritius has taken the modernization of the payment infrastructure to a higher level with the collaboration of the National Payment Corporation of India and the Reserve Bank of India. And this marks a new chapter in the history of payments in Mauritius.
And joining me is my colleague Ahmed Moeen Faruqi, who joins us from Colombo. Ahmed, how does this system work?
Ramesh, you see, UPI, as we are already aware, it is widely being used in India. It's a very popular method of digital transactions that we have been doing since quite some time. For more than 10 years, we have been exposed to digital transactions, and this has happened over the last few years, that now you do not require any card, you do not require cash, hard currency. You directly take your mobile, you scan a QR, and on putting a particular PIN that you have already preset, you are able to do a transaction. Now, what has happened here is, while linking both Unified Payments Interface of NPIL and with Lanka Pay in Sri Lanka, there is a seamless kind of digital transaction that is effected between these two countries, wherein an Indian national who has an Indian bank account can use his UPI-enabled app to make a payment directly into Lanka Pay-enabled merchant establishment. Now, he will make payment from his account, which will be debited in Indian national rupees, and the amount will be credited into the merchant establishment's account, which will be done at Sri Lankan rupees. And this conversion happens real time, and it will happen instantaneously without any further charge being applicable on the users. Now, this is a groundbreaking kind of a thing, whereas earlier we used to have credit cards that were being used, which would take some time, and it would also charge a huge difference in terms of the foreign currency markup fee. There will be some charge even here, but it will be far lesser than what we have come across. Now, this is one. The second benefit that we have with this UPI and Lanka Pay merger and linkage is that you do not have to use any hard currency. Whenever you're traveling to these countries, Sri Lanka and Mauritius, you would not require to convert your Indian rupees to dollars and carry them to these places, then later get converted to Maldivian rupee or to Mauritian rupee or Sri Lankan rupee. Now, this is one major advantage, because now you directly use your account, and whenever you require, only then, on demand, you can make the payment directly at the merchant establishment. Now, this is a major difference with regard to how you had to first withdraw your money, get it converted, keep in surplus, a buffer amount, and then take it there and then spend it. When you return back, you had to again reconvert the entire thing. Now, this is something that has made a huge difference for the Indian travelers and the Indian nationals who are even living in these countries, the Indian diaspora. Now, this is not one part. The second part is for these Sri Lankans and Mauritians who are living there. That also has helped in a different way, because this will introduce them to digital transactions in a bigger manner. We already are aware UPI is a global leader in terms of digital transactions. If we see in the year 2022 alone, out of the top 5 countries, India ranked #1, and the total number of digital transactions made on UPI far go beyond the number of the number 2 to number 5 countries put together. So that is the quantum of the number of transactions that UPI enables, and that is the strength that Indian fintech has. We have seen that more than 75% of all digital transactions in India last year happened on UPI alone.
Indeed.
So this kind of the benefit that it has, and the strength that we have, it is being given as an experience being shared with these countries as per the Indian commitment, wherein Prime Minister Narendra Modi had talked about that sharing the developmental, positive experiences with partner nations.
Ahmed, thank you for breaking it down for our viewers. I'm sure they will have a better understanding of the issues at hand. One quick question again. Will this pave the way for a better regional economic integration and cross-border digital connectivity? Very quickly, if you will.
Ramesh, yes. You see, connectivity is the next buzzword after we have come across so many paradigms. The connectivity is something that most leaders in the regional fora, they talk about. In the Indian Ocean Region Association, if we talk about these countries, these 3 countries, India, Sri Lanka, and Mauritius, these 3 coming together is an important, a groundbreaking thing, because you see, there have been cultural connections between these countries individually, as well as if we look at them together as well. So that is one thing that will strengthen further, because these Indian nationals who will travel to these countries, they will further bring together people of these countries respectively as well. So that's one part of it. The second is this will also further increase the trade settlements, which will happen even beyond what we are seeing as of now, because currently it's happening through US dollar conversion rate. Now with this, it will directly be done with between these 2 currencies itself. So it is remarkable. We have also seen how the Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, when she had traveled to Sri Lanka in November 2023, about 2-3 months back, she had talked about regional integration, how the trade and settlements between India and Sri Lanka, how they can further increase. And this is what India has been looking forward to, how to further enhance these connectivities and linkages. Ramesh.
All right, we leave it at that. Ahmed Moeen Farooqi in Colombo, thank you once again. Appreciate it.